if anybody's taking advantage, I'm going to get hot real quick. Mm-hmm. And if they keep on taking advantage, I'm the one you're going to have to come see.
You get mad again?
Sorry.
Like, he going off.
So,
wait. It's your girl Michaela.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Marcus.
And we are back with another video. Y'all see our drinks. KaylaMar Velvet. If you did not see us make it, head over to that video. We'll put it up suggested at the top. Okay, now. So this video, what are we doing, Marcus?
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
KaylaMar's 9 tips for a successful relationship.
Yes. 9 very important tips. Now, these are just our 9 tips. Like he said, these are KaylaMar's. They're in no particular order. So this is just our opinion, what works for us, what we have noticed has made a big difference compared to our past relationships.
Yeah, things that we've seen work in our lives and some lives of the friends and family around us.
Yes. So, tip number 1. Stay spontaneous.
That's good.
Stay spontaneous. You need to, what? Did I say it wrong? Stay spontaneous. Don't get too comfortable with each other to the point that you have daily routines, as in, what's an example?
I mean, routines are good, don't get us wrong, but y'all don't get to the point where you've been talking for 2 weeks and every day at 12 o'clock you call each other for an hour, and then at 8 o'clock you call each other for 30 minutes, and then at 10 o'clock you call each other and say goodnight every single day. At that point, it gets still, it gets boring, and y'all not gonna be talking very long.
Yeah, keep it open. Stay open to different things. Like if Marcus say, hey, let's go mountain climbing, I'm gonna be like, huh? But I'm gonna be like, okay, that's something different. We haven't done. Let's go.
I'm definitely gonna be like, did I say that? Did I just say that?
Not something he would normally say, but if he said, hey, let's go bowling. We've never been bowling with each other yet. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
Don't be afraid to try something new. Just because it's not something that you normally do, as long as it's not something that you're terrified of. Like, if she was to say, let's go skydiving, I'll say, I'll go with you. You can jump out the plane, and I will film you as you get further away, and I'll be down there, or I'll be down there when you get there, whichever one you want me to be. You want to be in the plane or on the ground? I'm not doing both. I'm not jumping out of a perfect.
But the fact is that he's going to somehow be involved.
Right.
It remains
spontaneous. Be her cameraman, but not the cameraman on her back, because I'm not jumping out the plane.
So just don't get comfortable with each other, too comfortable, to where it gets boring.
Right.
What's next?
Number 2. You shape the opinion of your friends and family about the person you're dating.
This is important, you guys.
So that means be careful about what you say to your friends and family. You might be joking, but they don't know that. And if all they hear is negative things out of your mouth about the person you're dating, they're not going to have any good opinion of the person you're dating.
They're not. I am very big on do not tell, especially, well, your family and friends, whoever, don't tell them every little thing, every little argument that you guys have. They don't need to know that, because you guys are going to be made up, happy, good, and they're still going to be mad. Like, oh, I can't believe he did that to Michaela, or she did that to Marcus.
Right.
And they're going to be mad, and you guys are going to be good. And so when y'all go to the cookout, they're going to be all kind of tension and stuff, and you're going to be like, what happened? We're good. And they're like, oh, that, you know, your people protect you. They defend you to all costs, which is great. But you just have to keep that in mind when you are talking to them about your relationship.
Yep. And they don't need to know everything. I mean, they don't also need to know all the good things, because there's some things you just need to keep private between you two.
Yes, because honestly, my friends and family love Marcus. And I feel like your friends and family love me also, but
a little too much. I feel like they like her more than me.
Well, we can't help that. Y'all see me, you know. But if he was always saying negative things about me, they're gonna feel differently. The reason that our family and friends are so positive with each other, part of the reason, is because of how highly we speak of each other, and we genuinely talk about how much we love each other and love the other. So if your people see you happy, they gonna be happy.
Yeah.
So next, number 3, Tris. I'm bilingual. Tris. What's this thing? Sorry. Be honest up front.
That's a big one. Mm-hmm. That's a big one.
Give us an example, Marcus.
Don't come out here fronting because it's the first date and you want to make a good impression, and she might make a very strong statement and say, this is how I feel. If you disagree, you can disagree and not go separate ways. I mean, not everybody's going to agree with everything you say.
Disagree respectfully.
Right. We don't agree on everything. Mm-mm. She just agrees with everything I say.
Lies.
See?
I do not. Y'all see me argue. Y'all didn't see me argue on here with him. But we're honest with each other about how we just feel about certain things. Like if Marcus loved cats, I'm not a fan of cats. And let's say he has 20 cats, I'm gonna have to be honest and upfront with him and myself and say, this probably ain't gonna work. Because if I would have continued on with you and your 20 cats, I'm going to be annoyed. We're going to be arguing for no reason. You're going to be like, what's going on? And I'll be like, you doing this, you doing that. And really, it's all the cats.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Be upfront and honest with yourself and your partner as soon as you can. I mean, because I understand there's some things you're not going to think about, and it might come up 4 months later. But as soon as it comes up, talk about it.
Yeah. Don't
let it just sit there and be prolonged and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Because like you said, you're going to start arguing and fussing and fighting about things that really aren't the problem.
Mm-hmm. Good one. Number 4.
Pay attention.
These are all important, really. But pay attention.
Yeah.
That makes such a big difference. Such a big difference. Because let's say that I told Marcus that my favorite color is pink, and it comes my birthday, which is coming up.
What?
My birthday. Again, if Marcus was not, I know he's playing, but pay attention because you need to know these dates too. But like I was saying, my birthday's coming up. If Marcus didn't know my favorite color was pink, and then he didn't got me this, not that you would do this, but a purple Porsche.
You don't like purple?
I do, but pink is my favorite. And I'd rather have a pink Porsche. I'm gonna be like, oh, you don't pay attention to me. That's a way crazy example.
I'll be back.
That's a way crazy example. But just pay attention to each other, because whenever my feelings are negative, I'm not feeling well about something, he notices like that because he pays attention to my actions and just the things I may say, or he just knows when something's wrong, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like sometimes it's funny. She'll know something's off with me before I know it, because apparently there's certain things I do when I'm feeling a certain way. I didn't even recognize that about myself, and some of them she won't even tell me. She likes to keep those tales to herself, but it's really comforting to know that you've got somebody who pays that much attention to you, that they can notice a change in you before you notice a change.
Right. And even when it comes to simple things, like I was saying, surprises, like he knows I love Twix, and he knows I'm down, he notices something, we talk about it, and then he surprises me with a Twix because he knows I love Twix. He pays attention. So it just comes in handy all around.
Yeah, and fellas, if you want some bonus points, sometimes, when you're going out to the store, you bring back her favorite candy. It doesn't have to be anything big, just a piece of candy.
Spontaneous.
Show that does two things. One, it shows that you're paying attention to her, and two, it shows her that you're thinking about her when you're not around her. So it's those.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, fellas, it's not always about the big, huge, elaborate gifts. Those do help, but you can't do that all the time. And eventually, if you do that every single day, all day long, those are no longer special.
Yeah.
So just do those little bitty things that show you're paying attention, show you care, show you know your girl.
Yeah. Number 5 is, this is in Marcus's handwriting, and I cannot read
Which means
that.
she can probably not read it.
Be supportive
and understanding
of each other.
I like where you did that.
Yeah, that has. So be supportive and understanding of each other. So, being supportive. There's 2 big differences. Most people think that they do go hand in hand, but they're 2 separate things. So be supportive. So Marcus has his own business he is working on, and I support him by helping him with certain ideas when he comes to me. If he just wants to talk and vent about some things, I listen. What's some other ways?
One of the biggest things she does, she, of course, as y'all know, she's bigger on social media than I am. I'm trying, I'm getting better, but she's way better at social media than me. And so she posts things about graphene that I never would have thought about posting. She'll post just her success, just where she's at, and it gets people's attention. It gets eyes on me and what I'm doing as a trainer that I would have never gotten without her. Mm-hmm. So that's how she's very supportive. And she's always encouraging, always. And when it comes to the understanding, she's very understanding in that sometimes I'll have a client hit me up like, hey, I know I didn't hit you up earlier today, but can I get a session in at 8? And it's 7 o'clock. We don't have anything going on, so I'm like, yeah, sure, it's cool, I'll be up there. And when I tell her, hey, I got a client that just hit me up, I'm gonna be up there at 8 o'clock. She never gives me grief about it. She will definitely express, I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to spend this time with you, and then that's it. That's all I hear about it. I go do my thing and I train, but then when I come back, my part of it is I make sure I give her some time.
And that's the understanding part. He understood that, yes, I have to go handle my business, but she was a little disappointed, so I'm going to be understanding of her feelings, and as soon as I get back, it's us time.
So that's both sides of being supported. She supported me in allowing me to go without any grief. She communicated with me. She was honest with me, said, hey, I'm disappointed because I wanted to spend the rest of this evening with you, but I understand, I'm going to support you, go make that money. Mm-hmm. But I have to understand she made that small sacrifice for me, so I need to come back and give her some attention, give her some time. Yes.
And because I know, ladies, we definitely have a problem with this. If our man may put anything in front of us, no matter what it is, some females, women, will go off and just be like, are you serious? And complaining to the girls like, yeah, I can't believe he did this. Da, da, da. But you have to be understanding, especially if you two are goal achievers. You guys want to reach your goals. You have to allow the other that time. Because if he needs to go away for like a month to study or something like that, learn something for graphene, his physical fitness, then I'm going to be like, okay, am I sad? Yes, but I'm understanding, and you got to go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, that's that. 6.
Number 6. What's in Spanish?
Sis.
Compromise.
Another big one.
Now, where I see a lot of people messing up with compromise is, I hate to say it, but a true compromise, nobody's happy. Because if I want A and Michaela wants Z, how can A make Z happy? It can't.
Yeah.
But if we come together and agree on T, neither one of us got exactly what we wanted, but T fulfills all requirements.
Mm-hmm. It works. T works.
So that's the whole point of a compromise, is not to make anybody happy, but to still accomplish the goal that y'all came to try to accomplish in the first place.
Right. So what's an example of that for a relationship?
So let's say Michaela loves going out to clubs. She wants to club 7 days a week. And I'm like, yo, I'm good on that. I'm chilling. I'm gonna stay here at the house. And she goes out 7 days a week. After a while, I'm gonna get tired of that because I don't see her. she's out there having parties, she's coming home drunk or whatever, and she's going straight to bed. Compromise would be, you know what? I'm tired of going out to the clubs, but how about you cut your clubbing down to 2 days? You can pick your days, and I'll go with you.
Compromise. It's a good example. Because in most relationships, they do have one person that wants to go out and do stuff, and the other wants to stay home. I think that's kind of opposite tracks. I think that's...
Well, I've had a couple situations like that where I'm a homebody. I've never really been the type of person to go out and have a bunch of parties. I've gone through my phases, don't get me wrong. But I've had those where my girl wants to be out there and party. And fellas, if you want to stay home and your girl wants to go out, let her go.
Vice versa for the ladies. I know ladies, it can be tough because you be like, but compromise.
Because I hate that whole deal. I trust you, but I don't trust him. What? No. If you trust your girl, or ladies, if you trust your man, you're going to trust that they're going to make the best decision and not put you in a compromising situation where now people looking at you crazy like, girl, you know what your man out here doing? Or, hey, bro, I just saw your girl out here. Nah, they're not going to do that. And if they do, then, hey,
that's a
deuces.
whole different deal.
Yeah, it is different. Deuces.
No, Lord.
That's my opinion.
It's circumstantial. Number 7.
Don't be afraid to hear about yourself.
Don't be scared.
Now, that doesn't mean somebody's coming for you. That means the person that you're with is going to tell you about yourself in an effort to help you fix it. They've noticed something, and they want you to do better.
Right.
So, you want to tell them about our situation when we first...
So, prior to Marcus, I knew that I had an issue with overgiving and not giving enough to Michaela. Not your fault. And not giving enough to myself. So I was aware of this, but when I got with Marcus, there was a situation going on one day, and Marcus actually got upset that I was not noticing that I was being taken advantage of. And I was not putting myself first more.
Right. One of the things that she's helped me understand is sometimes I come off a little harsh. And this situation, I did come off a little harsh because I was upset because she was trying her hardest to figure out how she could do something for somebody. And I was like, no, absolutely not. You've already done enough for this person, and this person hadn't done a quarter. They haven't even tried to do anything for you. So she was defensive at first.
I was.
And then when I realized I needed to kind of soften my tone and my delivery, she was able to receive it. And she understood what I was saying. I in no way, shape, or form like to see her being taken advantage of by anybody. She's way too caring, way too giving, way too selfless to deserve that. So if anybody's taking advantage, I'm going to get hot real quick. And if they keep on taking advantage, I'm the one you're going to have to come see.
You get mad again?
Sorry.
Like, he going off.
So when I told her that, she was thinking that, no, he's coming for me, and I wasn't. I just want to make sure that when she gives to somebody, she's giving to somebody who's deserving of it. Give to someone who's going to attempt to give as much as they can to you.
Right.
Don't just pour into your cup and end up with an empty glass and theirs is full.
Yeah.
She drank all my drink.
No, I didn't. But just be ready to, you may hear some negative things from your partner about yourself, and you may want to get defensive, which I did at first, but, you know, I had to learn, and I don't know if you got defensive or not when I told you. I don't think he got defensive.
I necessarily didn't get defensive, but I wasn't ready to hear it because I was so sure she was wrong. Because I'm like, no, that's not me. Everybody understands what I mean when I say it, but it's not true. People don't. My tone can be harsh sometimes, and, you know, I'm still working on it.
So just be open to hear things from your partner that you may not want to hear, but it's for your benefit.
Right.
For growth.
They really are here to help you. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you do better, so let them help you.
Yes. Number 8.
don't be afraid to be open.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? It's not what we're supposed to say.
What? He can't read his own handwriting. I'm about to say, did we put that on there? Don't be afraid to plan.
What she said.
Don't be afraid to plan.
What she
Being
said.
open is important, but that's not one of our 9 tips. Our number 8 is don't be afraid to plan. So when we say that, he was rushing. When we say that, don't be afraid to plan, like, it's okay to plan time with each other. Be organized. Plan. If Marcus is a planner, like he's planning his day or whatever, letting me know his plans. So if he says like, hey, or if I say, hey, let's go out on Sunday. Okay, what do we want to do? Like, don't be afraid to do that, because sometimes enable for a relationship to be successful also is, you have to have time for each other. So that's why we say don't be afraid to plan, because you need that time.
Right. And it's even gotten to the point where I have so much going on at sometimes where I literally not playing any games. Wake up, take vitamins, study, eat, take vitamins, eat.
Wait, that means to know your whole day.
Oh, okay. But it gets to that point, and sometimes you have to tell me, hey, I know you got a lot going on this week, but can we have some time on Wednesday? Mm-hmm. And I will literally schedule, and I will like, okay, I got time. And at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, everything else stops, and it's all about Michaela. Mm-hmm. And from 7 to whenever we go to bed, or however much time I can allocate, sometimes it's just, hey, let's schedule 30 minutes at the middle of the day on a Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay, and for those 30 minutes, I treat it like it's a business meeting. Mm-hmm. Nothing happens but the time with me and Kay. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't make time for yourself and you don't make time for your partner, that time will never come. You'll always think, oh, I'll get to it. We'll be able to spend plenty of time together. And next thing you know, you look around and you're single again because you never made the time.
Yes, and it's important to also, when you do plan, sometimes you need to plan exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So you might need to be like, hey, we're going to go out to eat. Because he'll ask me straight up, since he is so busy, he'll be like, what time? Like, I need to know what time. And I'll tell him the time, and he'll say, okay, what we're going to do. And then we figure it out.
Yeah.
So,
because sometimes I'm so tight for time, it'll literally be, okay, I'm going to plan this out. I need to know what time, I need to know where, because I'm leaving one place and I'm meeting her somewhere.
Right.
Because we've had to plan it. But if it's just, hey, we're going to spend from 4 to 5 together, I'll leave one spot, get home at 4. She's still getting ready. Next thing you know, it's 4:50. She's not ready, and I'm like, I got a 5:30 commitment.
Yes. So plan and be organized. Sometimes you got to do that with your mate.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, number 9.
You guys should probably figure this one out.
Expect this from
We
us.
say this a lot.
We do, but we're preaching it because it is that important. Communicate. You have got to communicate with your partner, because like he said, all these things, honestly, you got to communicate. All these things you have to communicate. We always say, like we said, communicate is so important. But if I feel a certain way, like earlier today, I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but earlier today, I felt some type of way about something, and he saw that something was going on because he pays attention, and we communicated about it. And he was like, no, don't just say you're okay, because I know that's not the truth. That's not what's going on. And I opened up and I communicated, and I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better now. Because when you communicate, it's like a stress reliever.
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes sometimes you're gonna feel away. It's gonna happen. And sometimes the hard truth about it is your partner's not gonna be able to do anything to make you feel better. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're gonna have to make yourself feel better. Mm-hmm. And part of that is getting it off your chest, getting it out, saying it.
Yes.
Sometimes that's all it takes. And also sometimes once you say it, you realize there's nothing she can do to make me feel better about this. So let me, one, not take it out on her, because it's not her fault. Nothing she can do. Two, let me go deal with this. Let me go deal with what I'm feeling some type of way about.
Let's fix it. Solution.
Right. And sometimes she might have to help me. Like, okay, I can't do anything about that, but would you feel better if da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Right. Or I can't do anything about that, but I can do this. Will that help? And it's...
And he cannot come to those what will that help moments unless I communicate. I can't hold stuff in. You can't hold things in. As much as people want to do that, and as easy as it may seem at the time, it will come and bite you in the butt later.
Yeah, because you think it's not that big a deal. I'm cool. I don't need to say anything, because if I say something, she can't do anything to fix it, so I'm not going to mention it to her. Well, if you hold on to it and you let it bottle up and it festers, and I'll snap on her about something 2 weeks from today, and really, I don't even remember what I was mad about. I just know I was mad about something, and it grew and grew and grew and grew, and now there's one of her socks in the living room, and I'm snapping about a sock on the floor.
Yeah, it's very important, and I think also something that we had to learn about each other. Sometimes I don't explain things the best, to where he's like, okay, that may be what you said, but that's not what you meant, and that's not what I meant. So I have to reword the things that I say.
Yeah.
And I would have not known that if we didn't communicate. Like, we literally talk about the hard things, like things with sex, things with family, we talk about everything.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons we've had so much growth in such a short period of time, because we're not afraid to talk about those things that might potentially be not necessarily offensive, but hard to talk about because, it's uncomfortable. But we got to talk about it, because if we don't, we'll never fix the problem if there is one. Or it may not even be a problem at all. It might just be something I want her to know. Like, there might be a favorite dish that I have that I love to eat. I know good and well she can't cook it. She's going to try. Now, how does that benefit her or me to sit there and tell them, this is good, knowing good and well I'm about to throw up. Man, I just threw up and had to swallow it.
That's not. Because I'm going to be, this was going to happen. I'm like, ooh, Marcus said this was bomb. I'm going to make it for my family. And I'm like, Michaela, what the heck is this?
Right. And then she's
like, Marcus.
She's either going to come back at me and be mad at me. And I'm like, well, I'm the one who had to choke down this nasty crap.
And then boom, argument.
Right. And it's my fault because I wasn't honest with her. And it doesn't even have to be something like that to solve a problem. Sometimes it's, how is she going to know anything about me if I'm not telling her the truth about things like, hey, look, I really dislike pink socks. I don't know why, but they get on my last nerve. If I don't tell her that and she's got a drawer full of pink socks,
yeah, I have quite a few.
I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be mad at her when it's not her fault, it's mine.
Right.
So be honest. If you've got things that you are uncomfortable talking about,
it's probably even more reason for you to talk about it.
Right. And you'll probably find out it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Again, like she said earlier about being honest up front, if you don't like cats, don't date a woman with cats. She might be cute. She might have the baddest body you've ever seen. But eventually you'll get used to that.
She got cat fur all over her body.
And eventually you'll get used to that body, but you're not gonna get used to them cats.
Yeah.
So all things being said, guys, be honest with each other, be honest with yourself, be fair with your partner, learn how to compromise, learn how to give and take, and keep things spontaneous. I don't know any other way to wrap that up, do you?
I don't. That's it. And sit down with your partner and watch this video. Maybe you get some conversation going on. Comment below if you want some clarification, have questions about things. You want us to further address something because you're not quite understanding. Let us know.
Yeah, tell us. And hey, look, this isn't just for people in relationships. If you're single, these are things that you can definitely take into your next dating situation. Talk about these things. Even
now, plan, organize. That's a good life skill, period. Yeah. Communicating, life skill. Compromising, life skill. Like, you'll need this throughout life, period. With any form, work relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
at the end of the day, like, comment,
Subscribe. Hit that bell.
Hit it. It's right there. It's right there.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, it's right there.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's right there.
I see it.
Yeah.
Y'all see it too.
Yeah.
Go hit it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Ashe.
Peace.